Alright, so welcome back to another great big video. This one's going to be another video about the Ranger, putting a winch on it. I went and bought a 5,500 pound Badlands Apex winch for it and mounted it on top of the bumper, the Wild Boar bumper that I installed. It's going to do pretty good. It's way overkill for what I need it for, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And people that were using the 2,500 pound winch for doing what I'm going to be doing with it, they weren't happy with it, and they took it back and got a bigger poundage winch for it, and so I just bought the biggest one I could find. That would be reasonably priced. I think it was like 250 bucks or something like that, but it mounted up great and works great. So it's going to do a pretty good job for what I need it for. I got a snow blade on order as well for it, and it's supposed to be here hopefully by the end of the week. So when that shows up, I'll have another video about that. But let's get to the video about the winch installation. And then we'll worry about the other video later. So, action. Alright, let's see what this is. I already cut the box off the bottom. 500 pound winch. Welcome back, another day, another project. Beautiful day today, not too cold, not too hot. Well, I can't say it's too cold. Looks like it's about 19 degrees. So yeah, that's cold. But my project today is going to be trying to put that winch on, but I don't think I'll finish it. I have someplace to be later this morning, so I'll get what I can done today, and we'll finish it up tomorrow, hopefully. But nice day though, pretty. Got some snow melting, as you can see, which is good. I'm gonna try to get that thing plowed down here in the next week or so. I got a blade ordered, so we'll see when that comes in. Oh, we got the moon. There's the moon. Alright, we're out here in the garage again. Gonna be playing with this hopefully today. And what I need to do, set this thing on top of here, see if any of those holes line up, and it does not look like any of them do. I got some right there, I guess. We can mount it right there. That'll work right there. We're good there. So I'm gonna try to get that mounted to the bumper now, and then we'll run some wires. And I'll be back when I get that done. Okay, first thing I ran across, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remedy or not. These bolts that mount the winch from underneath, I can't use the lock washer. It makes it too thick. The bolt won't thread into the winch, but if I take the lock washer out, it will go up and tighten up. So I'm going to have to use this without the lock washer. Now it's all on. They're 13 millimeter bolts, by the way. I think I'm going to get longer bolts for this and get some grade 8 bolts. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. So I may have to delay the installation on this a little bit. Now I'm going to try to figure out where I need to put my relay. That thing. And run the wires. I don't think these cables are going to be long enough to run to the battery. So I may have to order some cables as well. But we'll see about that. We'll see about that when we cross that path too. Okay, I got a couple wires run down through here, the red and the yellow, or the blue and the yellow. And my next project is to drill this hole out so I can put the switch in the dash. And then I can figure out where my wire winds up down here, where I need to put the other stuff. All right, we got the hole drilled. I don't know how good it is, but see if we can't get this thing run down in through here. Hopefully it'll fit. I'm gonna have to take a little bit more off, but oh, that sits nice and snug there. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Let's see where this wire's running. Down through that little hole there. Sure getting a lot of wire down into that hole, aren't we? Looks like we're going to have to plug that in underneath the floorboard, but that's not going to be a big deal. Not a big deal. Now I got to figure out the rest of it. Okay, I got a battery cutoff switch here I'm going to be installing as well. So I drilled a couple holes in the side panel there and got the wires all tightened up. I'll put the rear cover back on and see if we can find a place for it. Okay, I think I figured out where I'm going to mount this stuff. I'm going to mount them on the passenger side here. This relay is going to go right here. Good morning. I think it's January 29th. It's a Monday. I went to town, got some hardware, actually got a plate that I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not yet, but I'm going to use that plate. I forgot to mention this bolt that I got to mount the winch to the bumper is actually an M8 with a 1.25 pitch on the thread. That's what works for it. So in case anybody was wondering. So you see the difference here in these bolts? I got these stainless ones a little bit longer so I could use a lock washer. The bolts they supply with it are like, to me they're too short. So they barely go up in there and tighten up, and I mean they do grip, but I don't think they grip enough. That's why I got longer ones. And they work much better. They tighten up, they work great. I'm going to be more happy with them. And I also made a bracket for that cutoff switch. I'm going to bend a little bend right here. The relay mounts to these 4 holes right here, so I'm going to put a little bend in that so it kind of angles up a little bit so it's easier to get to. And I think I'm going to mount that right here. So I just have to lift the seat up and turn it on and off. So I'll be back when I get that all figured out. Okay, we got the relay mounted. It's nice and solid there. The cutoff switch is going to go right there. That's the bracket I got bent for it, so I'm going to go paint it up. Tomorrow my Rivnut kit will be here, hopefully, then I can mount this thing and get the wires all straightened out. But in the meantime, I'm going to zip tie all these other wires that go from the front to the back. Get them out of the way. I got to run a wire from the relay, or not from the relay, but from this switch to a switched ignition switch, so I'm going to run the wire all the way up to here. So I think we're going to be good there. Alright, I got this thing pretty much wrapped up. I haven't tried it yet or anything, but the winch is solid. Connectors, I got to do something about this, put a little cover on that, but I got to tie wrap this up too. I got to drill a hole in that, I think, what I'm going to do, and tie wrap it or clamp it. But all the wires run down into there. I got the ignition part run up to here. And I got the, well, let me get on the other side. Everything's tucked away nice and neat. I mounted the relay here. It's nice and solid, not going anywhere. And that bracket's going to mount right there. And this will hook to the battery, obviously. And that's the only thing I got left to hook up is that power cord to the battery. And it should work. I got my ground connected down there. I also put this thing right here. That's a little plug-in. It's a plug-in for the handheld controller, which is right here. So I'll be able to put that in the glove box and leave it with the cart. And everything's out of the way. I got all the wire tie wrapped to the wire bundle that runs along here, so it should be out of the way of the drive shaft. Should not rub anywhere. Should not rub anywhere. That's way overkill on that winch, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I also got LED headlights, light bulbs for this thing. So I'll be able to see better hopefully at night. And everything's coming along great. Looking great. I mean, it looks pretty cool, I think, but hopefully it'll work. So I'll be back. Talk to you later. Yeah, I got the pilot holes drilled. I don't know what size the holes are going to be for those Rivnuts, so I'm going to wait until I get those, which should be this afternoon sometime, hopefully. And I'll come out tomorrow and finish this up and ops check it and see if it works. Alright, I'm back again, same day, January 30th, I believe. I got my tool in that I needed for my Rivnut puller. This is what I wound up getting. Saw the reviews on Amazon and stuff and everything, and actually it's supposed to work pretty good. A little easier than trying to squeeze them. I'm setting it up for an M5. I got the bolts for that. So I gotta drill the frame out, and then I gotta try to put this Rivnut in with this tool. It should work, but we'll find out. And I got the holes drilled. So I'm going to put a little paint on those holes, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's see how this Rivnut tool works. I don't know how tight to get it. That thing works pretty slick. Pretty slick. I like that. That's much easier than trying to squeeze the damn thing, I'll tell you that right now. That worked pretty slick. Pretty slick. And tomorrow's the last of the month. And we'll be into February, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, because then spring will be around the corner. And there's going to be 2 videos on this round, and one for the winch and the bumper. And then one for my January excursions, which should not be a whole lot because it got cold, it got snowy, like bitter cold. So I didn't do a whole lot outside or around the place at all. So, so that'll be coming up hopefully within the first couple of days of February. So stay tuned, and I'll be back tomorrow. So take care. So welcome to another morning here at Great Bay Bakers. Not too bad out today, I don't think. Looks like we are right at 32, 31. Right at 31. But nice day out here today. I'm going to go finish up that Ranger hopefully this morning. Shouldn't take me more than a half hour or so. Yeah. All I got to do is mount that bracket and hook it up and ops check it. Put the hood back on. So I'll be back. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing mounted up here real quick. I'm just going to mount this to this first, as I believe it would be easier that way.
Sure. Good. Police officer ought to know better than that. Person is innocent till he's proven guilty. Now, if he pronounce you guilty and then run out looking for evidence.
This is why we got lock nuts. You'd think I'd be smart enough to go get my electric ratchet, huh? I like physical labor though, I really do. There we go, it's all nice and snugged up now. Let's see if we can get this thing mounted up here.
What if I don't want to go? Well, I'm afraid you've got no choice in there.
Snug. There's a bug. And a rug. There we go. Nice and solid. Can't ask for more than that, huh? Can't ask for anything better than that. Give me a couple more zip ties and that should be wrapped up. Yeah, I believe we're done. I hooked my power cable up to the battery yesterday. So this is all done, this is all done. Ground cable's hooked up, all the wires is secured. It should work. Should I give it a shot? Or should I wait a little bit? I got an idea what I'm going to do with this. Oh yeah, I found this in the box, and I think it's made for the cables to cover them up so they don't rub. At least that's what I'm using it for. Now what I'm going to do, drill a hole right here, put another Rivnut there, or maybe down here someplace, I don't know where. But I'm going to drill a hole and put a clamp on it and keep it tucked back a little bit so it won't rub on the hood hinge. I'm going to put the hood on first before I do that to make sure I got clearance. But other than that, I think we're ready to ops check it. I got the hook here. I don't know which way to put it, but we'll put it that way. Oh, there we go. There we go. The hook's on. So let's give this bad boy a little ops check, shall we? Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Another successful mod done. Now I can put the hood on and put my lights in. I got my LED lights I'm going to put in too. So we'll give that a shot. But everything's all buttoned up. That thing's nice and solid. Turn that off because we don't need it anymore. Turn that off because we don't need that anymore either. That's freaking cool. That is cool. I'm going to be happy with that, that's for sure. So let's get the hood on, get some light bulbs changed, and put this thing away. Alright, let's see if we can get these things on and working. Snap right in, that's good. See if it works. Looks like it works.
Do we go for a ride in the squad car? I need to let you play with the siren.
Alright, see if this one works.
Play a little two-handed post office. The point is, it'll just be you and me all.
Alright, they both work. They both work. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to put the floorboard on. I'm going to put the floor panel back on. This thing doesn't need to be plugged in anymore. I'll wind that up and put it in the glove box here. Alright, let's get the seat on now. Seats on. I think that'll work right there. gonna have to go get bigger clamps, I think, than what I could find in town. But that should probably be an Amazon thing. This thing is freaking cool, man. I love this Rivnut puller. Get this other one in there. Alright, these clamps aren't definitely big enough. They're 3/4 inch, but I need at least an inch or maybe possibly an inch and a half to go around this little sheath that's on the wires. But so I'm gonna order some of those off Amazon. Hopefully get them in a day or two. But that'll wrap up that. That'll wrap everything up there. I'm gonna put the hood on now and call it a day. Should be done. Good thing it's not heavy, huh? Let's see if these headlights screw in.
I'll just take a mile sometime, too. You'll just jump in.
All right, that was snapped right in.
Floyd, but that happened because your boy ain't a very good ball player. It was the only fly that my Norman dropped in the whole game.
All right, that'll work there. Not sure if you'll be able to see this or not, but gotta get that pin in that hole. With my blind-eyed finger. Can't believe that went in so easy. The other one didn't. All right, hood hinges are in. I think we're gonna be golden. All right, I believe we're done. We are done with that project. I haven't tried the headlights yet to see if they still work, but I'm pretty sure they will. I'll give you a shot of what that looks like here. I think those will be pretty bright, huh? Along with these. I think that's going to be more than enough light, hopefully. That's pretty bright. I like that. I can turn them both off with the switch. Oh yeah. Click it over to run without the headlights. Oh yeah, everything works.
Hello, you've reached the house of unrecognized talent. Please start after the...
All right, so what do you think? I think that's gonna be pretty good mod for next winter, or I should say for our next snowstorm. As you can see, it is melting. This is about half as high as it used to be. I'm thinking about taking that Ranger and driving through this and see if I can make it. But definitely getting some melting along here, so that's good. That's good. Now I'm just waiting for my blade to show up and have some fun with that. All right, so here we go again. Thanks for watching another one of my videos. This was a pretty detailed video about how to install a winch on a Polaris 500 with a Wild Boar bumper. It went really well. I'm really happy with the way it looks, the way it operates, and the way everything went. So if anybody was wondering, to get that handheld plugged in to where I got it plugged in at, I used a step drill to make the hole just big enough to get the wire bundle pushed through it from the front side. I didn't know any other way to do it other than to get a file out and mount an oval hole, but I didn't want to do that either, so the round hole worked great. The handheld works great. It's in solid. It's in a solid place, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's out of the way. So anyway, I hope this video helps out somebody if they're looking for putting a winch, a Badland winch on their UTV or whatever. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay grape, and we'll talk at you later.